Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Vibing with Sleezy, the podcast. This is season 4, episode 17. And I want to thank everybody for listening, tuning in, and downloading. This is an episode that I'm recording for the future of the season. I have Nick Beirne, who was on episode 14 of this season. So he's back for this episode. So we knocked them both out on the same night. And I wanted to give, a space to both his episodes so they both get the attention they deserve. So at the end of the day, this episode that we're going to be doing, I wanted to do a Louder Than Life preview. That's the big music festival that comes to Louisville, Kentucky every year. Danny Wimmer Presents is the people that put it on. Actually, a former client of mine, so I actually did all the advertising for Louder and Bourbon and all the big festivals come to Louisville for many years. So I'm really glad that they've got to stay and become kind of flagships. So the big deal with Louder Than Life is I know a few of the bands, and I know some of them, and I've heard some of them and listened, and sometimes they even bring some hip hop acts that I know. But there is a lot of bands, especially from the 2024 lineup, that I might not have heard of or known. So I wanted to dive into with Nick to see if like it's anybody that he knows or what his opinion is and kind of what he thinks about the festival. So we're going to break it down. I got the festival pulled up on my actual phone, and the way I'm going to do it, the website has a special lineup tab when you click on the menu screen. And so, like right now, I have Thursday pulled up. So I'm going to try to break it down by the days of the acts. And this episode, we're not going to be going super duper long and super in depth, but we're just going to give everybody some tips and some things to look forward to and to get excited for the festival. So, Nick, welcome back. How's it going?
Doing pretty good.
So I appreciate you going for round two. And if you listen to episode 14, or if you haven't, Nick and I actually we got to enjoy some Monkey Shoulder, the original blended malt Scotch whiskey, and we got to learn about that. He also brought some Four Roses small batch over, so we're enjoying that, catching up. Actually, between breaks of this episode, we talked about high school and old people and just life in general. So it's been good catching up. So when I click first on this Thursday lineup, and again, all of this that I'm going over just to save it to be safe is subject to change. So there could be artists dropping, artists added, days switched, weather, you name it, anything could happen. So we're just going to go off what the website says right now. This is, like I said, going to be late April. So let's break it down. This will be coming late summer. So Thursday overall, we got Slipknot. So I know that one. The one song that I know from Slipknot, you'll probably judge me and laugh, is Duality. So
That's good.
I think everybody knows that one though for sure. So what would you say? What do you say about Slipknot? You got. I guess when I ask you about the artist, we'll just you got like a favorite song or like what your take is on it.
Favorite song is tough. Like there's times where I just want to listen to like Duality or really anything from that album entirely. Then there's other times where I just want to listen to the other stuff. Like there's a song called Snuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much slower song.
Yeah.
Much slower, but it's a beautiful song too.
Mm. Now, have you seen them live?
I did see them at the year that they were there. Was it 17, 18, somewhere around there?
Was it well done?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they have all the masks on.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
they had the mask on.
That's gotta be cool.
I had to give it a break though because it was like the last day of it that they were there doing that stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna sit down by this tree. Go guys!
Yeah, yeah. You're doing great. So okay, the next one, Five Finger Death Punch. I've heard that name, but I don't know anything about the band. You seen them before?
I did. This is going back though. When I saw them, it was the whole original lineup. Some guys have left, done their own thing. They've left for whatever the reasons are, and it was before the vocalist talked about publicly his alcohol and addiction issues. So they were a different band. They were very entertaining, but they were a different band.
Okay.
I feel like they might have the same energy. I feel like they might still be good at heart. I just don't know what their live performance would be like.
Yeah, I'm looking at the group now. They got 5 guys overall in the band, and they look like they actually did a special photo shoot for their lineup picture. So that's pretty cool. Now, this is a group from way back, and they got some classics. I do know this one, The Offspring.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so that's classic. And to be honest, I'm looking at the pictures off the website, and like I said, everybody can look this up at louderlife.com louderthanlifefestival.com. And I'm actually saying it wrong. I'm almost doing I want to apologize. I'm almost doing a Mandela effect. It's louder than life. So I keep saying louder than life, I feel like, but it is louder than life festival. So I just want to make sure I'm pronouncing that perfectly, but not getting my words tangled. But anyways, and I could be saying it right the whole time. I don't know. I'm feeling good. We're drinking. We're in the house. So anyways, Offspring. I want to break this down. So they got some classics. They even were on the lineup when Limp Bizkit did that Woodstock back there where he went crazy. So what do you think about their music?
All of them.
Yeah,
I'm really excited to see them. Aside from just their music, what I like about them is the vocalist. Before he started the band, he wanted to get into like biomolecular engineering for bacteria and everything. And the story goes basically just one day he was like, "This sucks," and picked up a guitar. And I'm like, I don't know what I want to talk to this man about. Like, is that a true story? Like,
yeah, that's awesome. Because to be honest with you, I think that's everybody's dream, just to like look at an object and be like, "Yep, let's make this the new paying job." Um, the next group, somebody I have no clue. Looks like a foursome. It's Hailstorm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what are they about?
Hailstorm's really good. Lizzie Hale's the fronter of that band. It's her and her brother. She's actually just got hired on to tour with the Sex Pistols to be their vocalist. I don't know if she said, "Hey, I'll tour for you," but I guess they asked her, she asked them, and however it went. So she's going to be doing them. She's got a lot of stuff going on in terms of the music industry. There's two songs that I like. One, I don't have a kid, but I feel like if I have a daughter, she's going to listen to the song. It's called Dear Daughter. And it's just, her talking about her experience growing up as a young girl and what she went through.
Yeah.
And which is she had hurt.
Oh, okay.
So that's a good one if you're, for a deep moment like that. But then another one that's really good, and it's, if you find her attractive, you're going to like it. Love Bites.
Okay.
Because the song is, love bites in parentheses, so do I. Yeah, you can bite me.
Yeah, because dude, I'm not gonna lie, she's very attractive, but also the thing that's hilarious is in this picture, she has like a giant, looks like almost a knife. Maybe it's just art, but it looks like a little knife blade. Maybe I'm seeing things. Don't it look like a knife?
It is.
Okay,
some kind of blade, knife, whatever.
Yeah, that's
probably
pretty
had to do with the shoot they were doing for an album.
Yeah, that does not look like a knife I want to mess with. So, all right, I do know this group. I will say this. Before I say their name, they have a wonderful cover of George Michael's "Careless Whisper," Seether. So I think that song's wonderful. I actually heard that song for the first time. Bringing up Akiko's, we brought that up in episode 14 when me and Nick were on. Shout out to Stephen Thomas. But one of the guys that works there, every time I'm at Akiko's and he's DJing, I'm not lying. It's been like 3 or 4 times. He always does the "Careless Whisper" cover by Seether. It's his thing, and he's like the DJ there. So I'm always ready for a performance. When he did it, I always liked "Careless Whisper," the original by George Michael's. Yeah. Hearing that difference was awesome. So that dude got me hooked on. I don't know who you are, bro, but you kill it every time at Kiko's. But that group has been around for a while.
Yeah, they have been. I think "Fine Again" is probably their oldest song that I know. I don't know when that came out or anything, but I like that one. And then the first song I knew was a song called "Remedy."
Okay.
But I actually don't know too much about them. Like, I enjoy them, but I actually don't know too much about them.
What about this is the band that we were actually talking about. I don't even know if we were recording yet, but Sum 41. So they're actually retiring. They're coming to an end here soon, and it's sad, but also too, it's not super sad because they're also been a band that's been around and relevant and back and forth. But it's kind of cool, like looking at this picture, the same guys, and you can tell how they've aged. And but the thing about it too is Fat Lip is one of the best songs of all time. I mean, Sum 41 Fat Lip, that's a go-to. And I just remember listening and watching all those Sum 41 videos and songs back in the day. And it just, man, they were classics, dude. Like the one where in the gas station rapping to the Indian dude and they're like freestyling to him. I think it's the beginning of Fat Lip, or I gotta look that one up. They're rapping in the gas station at the beginning of the song, and then they start skateboarding. I just remember there's like skateboard in that scene. There's a lot of crazy videos back then. There was that Alien Ant Farm had crazy videos. I remember they were all kind of around the same time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but Sum 41, I would. It. I don't have tickets yet, and I don't know if I am going to go. Just don't know this year. But overall, I would love to see them, especially before they hang it up.
I'm excited to see them. I can honestly admit I'm not a big fan of them. I know their songs because I grew up with them, and it's not that they're bad; they're just not normally my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I want to know like if they can pull out that same kind of energy, you'll be seeing me throw down.
Oh yeah, because I can already hear the guitar riffs like dun 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 dun. Dun. Yeah, that. Oh man, that's a banger. So, highly suspect. Do you know much about them?
I don't. I know the name, but
So the deal with Highly Suspect, and this is really cool too on the Louder Than Life page, they actually now have this thing where you can click on the artist and actually read a quick bio. So just to inform us, they actually multi-Grammy nominated. They actually are gold certified. They are rock music by also trusting their instincts and raising a middle finger to everything else. It's kind of their motto. In balanced mix of gritty guitars, haunting piano, off-killer synths, hip-hop production, cinematic vision, and beautifully possessed vocals transform them into a phenomenon beloved by a diehard global fan base known as My Crew is Dope. So that is highly suspect. And even their picture here on the website looks really fascinating. So they look like a trippy group. I've heard that name. Definitely got to look into more of their music. I think shout out to Paige, who's been on my show before. I think Paige is actually a big fan of Highly Suspect. So I remember she saying something about them. So the next group for Thursday, Bad Flower.
I know the name, but
Yeah.
I do not know.
Don't know much about them. What about Starset?
Starset, I do know. I know one song at least. I think I know a couple others, but they My Demon or My Demons. I think it's My Demons. But what was that, like 5, 6 years ago? Was a big one that came out. They had it all over the place, and they've actually been at Louder Than Life before too. Actually, it was the year that I went with Katie Delina, and it was a lot of fun there. But what I remember about the band, I don't know if they still do this, but the vocalist is wearing like kind of like a white outfit, and then the rest of the band is dressed as astronauts. But that's because space and so on was the theme of that album that My Demons came. So I don't know if it was like a touring thing or something they always do, but
that's cool. I mean, to be honest, that'd be kind of cool to see a bunch of astronauts. So they're a large band, a 7 group on their art form. So their pictures are pretty wild on this website. What about Marky Ramone plays the Ramone classics? So to be honest with you,
it sounds like they're going to be playing the Ramones, but there's nothing wrong with that. But
yeah, so that's what it is. Basically, this is wow. So this is I'm looking it up right now. Marky Ramone is best known for the 15 years he spent drumming for the legendary Ramones. So basically, he prior to joining them, he had played with different groups, and so it looks like he'll be playing the classic songs of the Ramones. And he also, it looks like from his picture, he's still rocking the look from back in the day. So that's pretty cool. I was shocked to see that one. He's also got he wears a Marky Ramone ring that says MR on it. So that is just something to look forward to at the festival. What about Pup? P-U-P.
Don't know that.
Never heard of them. Looks like a young group.
Yeah.
They're actually their picture. They're at Epcot. So I just noticed that. What about Seosin? Seosin?
I don't know that one. I had to look at the spelling on that. No, I don't know that one.
So that one is basically they are a post-hardcore band.
Okay.
And they have powerful vocals and big instruments. And actually, wow, it says. So I guess it's a person from the band's called Cove. So this is with Cove's return, his triumphant comeback, I guess, in his storied career. So I don't know. Look out for Seosin. It's a 5-group band. They also look like they're probably in their 30s, real young group. What about Brutus?
We're getting into more names that I just do not know.
Yeah, a lot of these. I think a lot of these are your opening acts. So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go through them, and again, that's what was fun about this episode. I was gonna go over each act, like basically name them all, and then also anything that Nick knows, I definitely want to get his input. So this would be a lot of fun. Bob Dylan. So instead of Bob Dylan, you got Bob Dylan. It's a duo. So
Yeah.
that looks interesting. Um, Fit for a King.
I don't know Fit for a King. I know Fit for an Autopsy.
Let's
But
see.
I do not know Fit for a King.
Yeah, they are heavy music, melodic hooks. They like to explore the dark side of the human experience. They also put a lot of music about anxiety, depression, and despair. So they got a lot of. Let's see. I'm looking right now. Look like some. Reading this little thing that says, I guess a lot of heroes, like a lot of people they try to play towards. So it says like Under Oath and As I Lay Dying is people that they look forward to or like look into playing like. The Warning is three girls. Uh,
Oh,
they are a band that's actually taken over MTV. They were presented the MTV MIAWS in Mexico and was an extended play stage performer at the MTV VMAs. So they've gotten really back. They also are the face of the Pepsi Black campaign. So the Warning is actually looks like a pretty big group. That's somebody that's going to be future. Point North, never heard of that one. Three guys in a group. We got Holding Absence. They actually have a really funny picture. They look like they're in space. They're all wearing like '80s outfits. Finger 11.
so them I know, and you might know them too. They did the song "One Thing." If I traded it,
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, that's them. They did a few other songs that you would recognize. You just didn't realize it was them. So I remember seeing their name on there, but then I saw other names, and so every now and then I go through the list. And I forgot you all were on there. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them. I don't think I've ever seen them before.
That looks good. That to be honest, that'd be good because I really like that song. Orgy is a group.
I actually don't know that one. I know some local guys that Gorgie, which is not anything close to the same whatsoever.
These five guys look very interesting. They are literally they emerged on the golf music scene in 1998 with their incredible remake of Blue Monday. The track sold over 1 million copies and is still selling 20 years later. So they've been around for quite a while.
Yeah.
You got Drugs, but it's spelled D period R period U period G period S. Some of these names are hilarious because it's like that's what they're like when they go up. Hey, my band's here. What's your band name? Drugs. Um, okay, we got High V's. So that's about a 5-person group. You got Soul Glow, and then you got CKY, which I think everybody knows CKY. Yeah, from the Bam Margera idea, and they
looks. I almost looked like they were at Waverly for a second.
That's what it did look like. Yeah,
not, but it looked like they were for a second.
Yeah, like in like some church. But yeah, they've been around forever, especially with their old tapes. Kneecap. I think they're from Ireland. Reach NYC. They're got a clock as their logo. Teen Mortgage. Two guys hanging out at a gas station. Yeah. You got Touche Amore, which I feel like I've heard of them. Deadlands, Jigsaw Youth, Blame My Youth, Butterside instead of Butterside. So, and to round up with Butterside, they are basically kind of doing their music after Lemmy from Motorhead, kind of that type. All right, so we're going to Friday. All right, Friday, first band Slayer. Yeah.
Oh man! As soon as I saw the lineup and I saw Slayer's name on there, like I bought the tickets. I went in. I drove into work on my off day and said, "I'm not coming in this weekend for that weekend." So Slayer is just one of my favorite bands to see live. Like their music is good, is really good, but seeing them live is fantastic. A lot of people were jokingly blaming them because they stopped touring November 2019 and the world shut down the month later.
That's hilarious.
So people are joking like, it's all your fault.
Slayer did it.
So I will say this though, they're not touring. they've said when they broke up that they won't tour anymore. They might do some one-off shows like festivals. They might make a new album, but they're done doing long tours because of family and I believe health reasons for the vocalist because he has like sleep apnea, so he can't sleep on a tour bus while it's moving, and he can't sleep on an airplane while it's moving. So,
Wow, that's wild.
yeah.
So it's like everything that they're doing is like pretty special when they're coming. So the next group, which we both know this one, Evanescence. So my dad actually loves Evanescence. When he drinks, it's one of his go-to bands. It cracks me up. So sometimes I'll stop by my dad's house and he's drinking bourbon, and I'll hear him go, "Wake me up inside." I'm like, oh god, here we go. So he's vibing to the old school classics. Till Lindemann. So, all right, let me tell you about what I know about Till before you tell me. So Till, he is somebody very, very common to pop up on reels on social media. He's wild looking. Holy shit. So tell me about Till.
He is the vocalist for Rammstein. And aside from that, the only thing that I really know about him, and it's nothing, if you know their music, you know their music. And if you know Rammstein at all, you know that the one thing about Till is that he's very pro women, he might be feminist, even the term might be.
Oh, he's super controversial. I've read people have different takes on him, and he's wild. Like he's cool.
I do not like. Well, someone tried to get him in trouble. Like he attacked me on the tour bus, and pretty much the entire planet came together. No, he didn't. You know he didn't. Stop saying that.
Yeah.
Like, because this is a man. He's gone to pro women protests. Like, I think he went to the abortion rally protests, like saying give women the right to control their bodies, kind of thing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome because that's. And I stand for that as well. And the thing about it too is with Till, it's like when I see him, you tell he can bring to the crowd. And the thing about it is, it's the same thing with comedians or musicians. That crowd work is always fucking dope. Like especially you get somebody who can do it right. And Till, like I said, I don't know much anything about the dude's music, but from the clips and for some reason on Eric Clark's fucking socials, I get a shitload of Till footage. I don't know. And that's why Nick's probably over here like, how the fuck does he know about Till? So, anyways,
I'm not questioning that. It's like, how do you find the footage? Because I don't even find the footage.
It's random, dude. It'd be random, like Till just singing a song or thing, or him like sticking his tongue out, like at the crowd, be like 15 seconds. I'm like, why did I get this? The
stuff I found is like he's on the speaker kicking his feet like this with the mic between his laps.
I've seen that too. I've seen that. I've
not seen him, do what you're saying.
Yeah, so it's different. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Till is Till needs me for a fan. So Till, I'm hoping to have you on season 6, bro. So next thing you know, out of nowhere we got In This Moment. So what's about them?
So I do know them pretty well, and I don't mean to disrespect the band or the fans. What I don't like is that she's very theatrical in her performances, the lead vocalist is. And the last time I saw her, the band live, was at Sonic Temple Festival 2019. And I only remember them playing 5 songs. It was a 45-minute set, but they did so many costume changes and set changes,
Wow.
Well, I get you want to be theatrical, but you've got so much time. You can't do that at a festival. Do that for your tour.
This picture's insane, by the way. It's got it's got 9 people. She's the main person, and she literally has a half crescent moon blocking her face, and she's wearing these crazy things on her hands and her flowers. So yeah, it looks like a band that definitely brings the theater. Everybody's got makeup on, and one dude's got looks like a half football mask on his face. He looks like he'd eat somebody. All right, the next group, which I know the lead singer only not because of his music, but because of VH1. All those shows on VH1, I love the '80s, and I love all those goofy shows from when we were teenagers. He, for some reason, was a commentator on everyone. The lead singer of Anthrax.
Yeah.
So, what do you know about Anthrax?
Like the lead singer or the
bald guy? That bald, or is that the guitarist, or is that?
That's guitarist.
Okay, my bad. The guitarist was on all.
You're good. Yeah. So Anthrax is also fantastic. They're the same kind of genre as Slayer is, thrash metal. They're one of the big 4, like Slayer is. And
they've been around forever, right?
Yeah, back in the '80s. I don't remember exactly when. I want to say around '83. I could be wrong, but they've always been great. Actually, a couple of the songs were on one of the Guitar Heroes too, "Safe Home" and "Madhouse," which are 2 very different songs, but 2 great songs all the time.
That's man, that looks like the pictures like in Brooklyn, New York, or something that they're on. That's crazy,
They're from New York. They're New York thrash metal band.
dude. So there you go. See, Nick is answering my random theories. I'm looking at these pictures. All right, so I know this guy. He's been around forever. Tom Morello.
Yeah.
So Tom Morello is a classic. So the deal with Tom is he has been around for several years, and he's in the band. Why am I going blank? Rage Against the Machine, and he's just been awesome. And he's also one of those guys you see in commentation with stuff and been around. And Rage Against the Machine, what's funny about them? I remember back when they were at the VMAs one year, they like were climbing on top of one of the guys was like, climbing on top.
Zach, I think the vocalist.
Yeah, and Eminem was there and started shouting, "Jump, jump!" And this one Eminem was like on drugs and had the bleach blonde hair. So I remember seeing that clip, and I always thought it was hilarious that like Rage Against the Machine just did that, especially like um there. And I was also like, "Who is this band?" And to see them that like Eminem just yelling that shit, it was just hilarious. So
real quick, while we're on Tom Morello, I do want to say I have seen him before, but sadly, Louder Than Life will not get to have a repeat of what I saw. He was at Sonic Temple Festival that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
The same night that System of a Down was there. And while he was on stage doing his thing, he pulled Serge Tankian on stage, the vocalist from System of a Down, and they performed Audio Slave's Like a Stone.
Oh.
And I'm just like, Tom Morello, Serge Tankian performing Audio Slave. I'm like, this is something that, these kind of festivals are made for.
Yeah,
that's the classic. That's something that other people, I'm sorry to say, if you weren't there, you don't get to share in that, but that's another reason why I say go to it, because if you can, you can go to it, because you're going to come across, it may just be one song, but you're going to remember that.
And that guitar riff, dude, on that Audio Slave, it's like, it's really, yeah. So I like it. But the next group, Clutch.
They're actually going to be along the same lines as CKY, because Bam's brother, I believe, is still the drummer for them.
You know what?
The song from them that you might know is
wow.
Oh man, 21 Guns.
John Paul Gasser, is that Bam's brother?
No,
he's a drummer.
I mean, it might be John Paul. I don't remember that. He may have also left the band, because since Bam's had his ongoing issues, best of luck to him. Since he's had his ongoing issues with sobriety and depression and everything, I know they've had a falling out, so I don't know if that's led to issues with the band or if he went and did his own thing long before that. But I think his brother's name is Jesse.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this group, they look pretty older.
They've been around for a while, but from what I hear, they've also kept the same energy, like they've not lost any of it. But I've never seen them before. But yeah, same CKY kind of era.
Okay. And then we got Lorna Shore. Good group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've actually met the vocalist. I don't know where he gets his energy from, man. He's like a friggin' toddler with his energy. It's fantastic, but he's like ready to bounce around for 100 different things. Like, hey, man, it's so good to see you. Want to look at this rat I just drew? We're all going to sign it. It's going to be really cool. Like, where he gets this from, I have no idea, but it's fantastic.
He got orange hair in this photo, orange curly hair.
His name is Will Ramos, and he's actually really big with something he did during one of the breakdowns for one of the most recent songs. The sounds he was making, that's not a human.
That's wild. So, Grandson.
I do not know them. Some bands.
Solo artists.
Well,
it's unique. You don't see that much of these big band lineups. Like,
so some of these artists you're naming, I might know. I might have heard a song, but I don't know the.
Yeah. Oh, I'm the same way, dude. So nothing more.
Actually, they've been at Loud on Life a few different times, different Danny festivals, I believe. But yeah, they're what's their biggest one that I know? I think it's like This Is the Time, but I'm not even going to try to sing that one because that vocalist is a high-pitched voice, and I do not feel like doing high pitches right now. So.
Their lead singer, literally, in this picture, he's jumping 10 feet in the air.
He's also a small guy. I think they kind of threw him.
I bet they did. To be honest, I bet they did, because he looks like he's screaming right there. So this one is a famous actress and a super hottie, Juliette Lewis and the Lips.
I'm excited for that. So I knew that she had her own thing. I didn't know that they were still touring, doing whatever. When I saw them on, I was like, oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I really hope that's gonna be fun.
she is somebody that I actually I don't know what she was doing like per take, but um she was either like there or just like hanging out at this Cincinnati Music Festival. I went to Bunbury at one time, and there's like a bunch of like acts there. And I knew she's an actress, and of course, she's been in movies like Woody Harrelson and different things. But I always knew she did a music thing. But she just got that rocker look. She got a good look, and I bet she's really good on the mic.
I feel like it's gonna be similar to like Joan Jett would be.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm excited for. I really want to see it.
they got a good yeah, they got a good looking photo shoot there. They just chilling in the back. Blackstone Cherry, I know that one.
I don't know them yet.
Yeah, they've been around for a while. And then okay, shout out to the wrestling fans and myself. So Fozzie's back in the house. So I do like Fozzy. It's Chris Jericho's band. So Judas is a classic. Like Judas goes hard as fuck in my mind. It's just a dope song, and if it comes on like right now, I'm not gonna lie, I'm playing it in my head right now.
Also,
So
I'm not anti Jericho by any means. I just can't figure him out because I'll see him in movies and I'm like, he's doing good. I guess he enjoys this. And then next thing I know, he's back at AEW. Okay, so is he not doing acting anymore? He's going back on tour with his band.
he does.
How's this man doing?
I will say this. He's a talented dude. Like he does different things. He has stirred controversy in the as of late because of a couple things, but he's had a 30-year career on wrestling, which he just put this crazy book out about it. But what's crazy is that he also does a podcast and talk is Jericho, and that's become big. And then he's done really well. He does a cruise ship tour. He's been in movies and TV. He does music, but Fozzy, I think he'll never get rid of. When I dove into a lot of like research about WWE and AEW and like just kind of how I'm one of those guys like in anything. It don't matter if it's wrestling or anything. I like to know the kind of behind the scenes with shit.
Yeah.
Like I think anybody wants to know that.
Yeah.
And the thing with Chris Jericho is WWE and WWE. If you read back on them, especially when Vince McMahon was in charge, there was no vacation time. There's no day off.
Yeah.
You fucking work every day. Well, Jericho had this deal in his contract. He could break off for the band and do stuff. So, what's cool about Fozzy too? I'll say this: even though he's one of the biggest wrestlers of all time, his career, music wise, has evolved so much. Just in Louisville, he can just show you alone in Louisville. 5 years ago, the man was at what is it called? Fuck Trixie's old strip club. It's not even around anymore. It's a Cuban club now, but Trixie's club. He used to be there performing for like 150 people. Then now, and even though it's Chris Jericho, now it's at Louder Live. So, and I've actually shout out to Eric guys. I mean, you're my buddy. He big wrestling fan and big festival Louder Life guy, and he saw Fozzy out there, and he said they're fun. Like,
so I do want to check him out. Like I said, I just can't figure him out. He seems to be entertaining at everything he does, and so I'm like, it's good to be a Renaissance man in terms of entertainment. I'm just wondering, is he looking for his niche or is he just having fun?
Oh, he's just having fun, I think, with this, and I think he just likes music in general. But I think with Fozzy, it's just something when Judas took off so well and Judas has been so big, I think it's just that's what keeps motivating him, and that's the song. To be honest, I'm not telling people not to listen to his full set, but if you want to get one song out of the Fozzy lineup, try to get over there. But for Judas, definitely probably going to be the final song. Fugitive.
Don't know that.
Lit.
I feel so. Here's the thing. I feel like I do know them, but I can't think of a song. I can't think of a melody, anything. But every time I see that name, I'm like, I know that. Why? Why do I know that?
Okay, here's my deal with Lit. So I don't know them very well at all, to be honest. And they did have a couple hits like back in the day. But the thing with Lit is they made a super cringe video where two of the members of the band were pretending like they were walking down a Nashville street or something, and they like stop at a bar where somebody's playing music, and that person's playing randomly a Lit song, and you're like, this is clearly not real. And then next thing you know, they jump over the barricade and start playing with them, and like they put captions on the video like, Lit discovers somebody playing their band, then they surprise the art.
Yeah.
No way. So that's like, just make a real video. So I just remember from that, the two guys actually in the middle of this picture were in that video. And if I'm messing it up, I get it. Or if they didn't do that video, AI got you, because I'm telling you that was lit. From ashes to new.
The name I know, I'm sure I know some songs because they look like stuff.
He's got some crazy face tats.
Yeah, like no insult to Hot Topic or the bands they play in Hot Topic, but I feel like there's stuff that I've heard in Hot Topic more than once, but I couldn't name anything about them.
Yeah, because they look absolutely wild. And right now with this site, it just literally just did this crazy refresh. So going back to the
You just lost everything.
yeah, I'm going back to the Friday lineup. They did this little upgrade. So then show me the body.
Don't know that one.
We got set it off.
So I'm actually kind of curious about them. I'm wondering if they're going to be kind of like a My Chemical Romance vibe, or if they're going to be like POD. I
Yeah,
don't know why. Part of me is like they're going to remind me of like POD and Saliva stuff like
one dude's got crazy out in here. Gel,
that. I got.
Whitechapel.
Oh, they're going to be fun. They're going to be along the same lines as Lorna Shore. They're definitely on the more extreme side of things. That vocalist, Phil Bozeman, is one of my favorite vocalists because the lows and gutturals that he hits,
Crazy.
I wish I could do that. Like I've practiced and I can do my own kind of like gutturals and stuff, but it's not the same as his. And I'm like, what are you doing?
He's yeah, that's what's cool too about this lineup. It's like you got big acts and you still got people that are big, but you even got people from back in the day.
Yeah.
Alien Ant Farm, classic. I literally dropped them
Yeah.
earlier. They
Yeah.
Smooth Criminal and all the different songs they've done. They've been around for years. Non-point.
Non-point, I do know them. I cannot think of a song that I know by them though. There's a few songs. Oh, uh, since you like wrestling, did you ever play the Raw SmackDown 2008? I think it was.
Of course, yes.
They have like 3 or 4 of their songs on there. Bullet with the name on it. I got a bullet with the name on it.
Yes, I know that.
Them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's
yeah.
crazy.
So there's so many songs that I know about them. That's just the first one that came to my head. So yeah, I do want to see them after listening to them for so long.
You just took me back to
2008.
back in the day. Yeah, wow. All right, Power Man 5000.
I know them. A few people. You're probably know them from movies and stuff. They did a song called Bombshell. It's a very like industrial metal thing. And
They look wild.
well, the vocalist is Rob Zombie's brother.
Okay.
Older brother, I think, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah,
I can see that.
so they have the same kind of like industrial and that heavy sound to it. But yeah, their song Bombshell was really big for a while.
They look insane. They got an insane photo. Edema.
They came out. I can't say they came out. They hit their stride around the same time as another band that. God, what's the name of that band? Anyway, they're going to be pretty good, I think.
Their photo for their thing is very weird. The dude is like in the middle, but I don't know. It's very different. Okay, this one I don't even know if I'm pronouncing right. It looks like it's spelled horror, but the R's are replaced as nines.
Yeah, he's. I know he's a rap artist.
Okay.
I do not know what style rap. I don't know if it's like ICP rap. I don't know if it's like
no bio on him. No bio on him.
But
yeah.
I do know I've seen him advertised as a rap artist. So I do want to see him. The problem is if the potential stage, like some guy said, this is my theory of where they're going to be on these days and so on and so forth. The problem is that he's going to, if he's right, it's like the backstage when like 5 other bands will want to see her ready to set up. And I'm like, well, I do. I want to see this guy, but I like all that. So.
Yeah, trying to be at every single one. Holy Fawn.
I do not know that.
The Chisel. Alien Weaponry.
No.
Like a Storm.
Yes.
Jarris Johnson.
I don't know that
one. He looks like let's see if he's a rapper. He looks
I kind of get that vibe, yeah.
Yeah, he looks different. And then you got Jager Bonham, Mike's Dead, Caskets.
Caskets, I think I might know.
Yeah, I think I've heard of them before. And then Silly Goose. is the original.
Every time I see that name, I'm like, it's like Goose. I know that's why they chose that name.
They look
it is.
super. They look super local too for some
I
reason.
feel like I feel like they might be fun to see live. But like a Storm, they're pretty good. They're Australia or New Zealand or maybe both. Like I don't know, different members can be from different areas.
There is a lot of basic international feel to this thing, and I'm really this lineup is wild because this website it keeps kicking me off the different.
You broke the internet.
I think I did because I'm actually gonna pull the poster up. There we go. So now we're gonna do it. We're gonna do Saturday Sunday from the poster, not the website. So
Okay.
so no more pictures, but overall, I'm gonna break down these. So Saturday, Motley Crue. We all know about Motley Crue. I don't think we got to explain that one.
I've seen them live. I don't know if they'll be the same with Mick Mars not being in it, with John Five being the guitarist now, but
Yeah, and Mick and shout to Mick, man, what a health decline. That was horrible. And the lead singer, gosh, he's a fucking hot mess. He's a hot mess. But hopefully his vocals are okay.
I think that he's gotten better. At least I hope he has. I really do.
Falling in Reverse.
I do know of them. They've not really been my thing.
Dropkick Murphys.
I do know them, and you might too. They're very kind of Irish themed. Did you ever see like Sons of Anarchy and a few other movies? They did a song "Johnny, I Hardly Knew You."
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm looking at this lineup right now, and it's yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm pretty lost on Saturday. Okay, so we got Seven Dust.
Them I know. I can't think of songs right now. I think they were big around this time, like Freddy vs. Jason and movies like that came out because they were on different soundtracks around that time.
What about Filter?
Same thing. You might know them too, but again, I can't think of song titles. That's the problem. I recognize the name. I do know I know songs by him, but I can't tell you song titles.
Tim Montana.
I actually just looked him up when I saw his name on there. I do like what I'm hearing from him. He kind of has like a Chris Cornell, like
ooh, that's nice.
A heavier Chris Cornell. Like he's not gonna do something like I don't think he would do something like Black Hole Sun from what I've heard so far, but entertaining also.
Bring that. Did Poet Society?
I know the movie, but I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a band. Disturbed.
Disturbed.
I've heard of them. I've heard of them. Chevelle. They've been around since middle school. Now, when I was in middle school, I never got into Chevelle's music. I still to this day haven't gotten into Chevelle's music. I know the name. Always thought Chevrolet, but the thing with Chevelle was I remember them being really big in our middle school year, like early 2000s. Like Skillet.
Skillet, they're a very good band. They've been there a few different times. They've actually got some songs that hit me that I just didn't even expect. A song called Lucy. I'm telling you right now.
Cool.
You're gonna cry.
Yeah,
like if you're emotional, if you feel things like that song is about losing someone and more than just that. I'm not going to say what it all is, but I never thought listening to a song the first time would get me as hard as that did. That got me.
Dude, that can happen, man. It's crazy how much music can really take you over emotionally. Like it's music's really like that. Sleeping with Sirens.
I know the name. I feel like I've heard stuff by them. They're going to be. I feel like they'd be something along the lines of like In This Moment. And maybe Evanescence, but I could also be wrong. They could be completely way off.
POD.
POD, they are fantastic.
Which I've seen, they actually did a remix with the local Louisville rap group Nappy Roots. They did the All in All remix back in the early 2000s. Had a music video too. So yeah, check that out. Look up Nappy Roots featuring POD, and Nappy Roots' main #1 song of all time was All in All. And they're big in Louisville. Literally, our prophet, he was on Catfish. I run into Myers down the street all the fucking time. Nicest guy in the world, taking pictures with him. But they literally around that time they were getting pushed really big on MTV with All in All and Po Folks, and they remixed All in All with POD, and it's pretty cool to see those two mixed together. So look that up. You'll like that.
I know Nappy Roots too, so yeah, I will look that up. I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's different. Lilith Caesar. Local H. Mastodon.
Mastodon, I do know about them. They're really big in the metal community. They're going to be kind of along the line. But in terms of like popularity, they're going to be along the lines of like Lamb of God and Rammstein and stuff. Like people do know who they are.
Mm.
I can't name songs by them because honestly, I've been saving a chance to see them live to start listening to them because everyone talked about their live show. So
It's
here we go.
it's it is crazy logo. LS Dunes, Joey Valance and the Bray.
I don't know what's up. So the Joey Valance thing, just I know it's not them, but it makes me think of that classic love song.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
makes me think of that, and I'm like, I know that's not what this is, but I'm sitting there wondering, like, are you going to be dressed as crooners, and you get up there, and you start going into death metal? Like, what's going on with this?
That could happen. You never know
Oh
out
yeah,
in life. You never know.
oh
The
yeah.
Armed,
I do not know that.
Helmet, Tantric, Body Count.
Body Count, yes, I do know. That's actually Ice T's heavy metal group.
Oh, okay. So shout out to Ice-T, one of the longest reigning actors of all time from Law and Order SVU, and former rapper. Actually, he actually, for a lot of people that, if you want to look back up some old school Ice-T, he had one of the biggest disses ever. So he is a rap legend. So I've always heard about him doing that. So that's cool. This next group, I'm very, very familiar with, and I actually have had interaction with them. Is 3 6 Mafia. So my best friend Jama, shout out to Jama Mohammed. He actually was their video person for a number of years in their like live things. Like he randomly wasn't okay. So here's what it is. He wasn't their main video person, but he would get called for like certain times they tore an act, and he also in the beginning just showed up. I'll be honest, I don't even think he got paid half the time. I don't even think he was really that close to like DJ Paul or any of that stuff. But I had went to a couple shows where he had shot with them or like did it in Nashville and Louisville, and that's the thing. He was only doing it like in Kentucky, Tennessee. This other guy that went to college with us, I always go fucking blank on his name. I hadn't seen him in years. He did a lot of work with 3 6 Mafia, and he also did a lot of work with Jelly Roll when they were back in the hip hop scene. And I remember there's a guy named in Nashville named Charlie P. He shot a bunch of videos for like G Unit, Young Buck, 3 6. Everybody kind of in Nashville and Memphis were all tied together. So
Yeah.
when I lived in Nashville, I was rapping, but also my buddy Jama did videos. We were always trying to network and trying to see what foot we could get in the door. I mean, that was just a whole nother life I was living. But I just remember we got to interact with them. But I just remember there was Jama was the one that really had the interaction and the work. And I always respect them and love their music, and they're great live. But it's a case where they're another group that has changed so many artists in their group, and like, and I'm happy they're back together because I knew that like DJ Paul and Juicy J have had their ups and downs. And then you got like Country Black, and you got all these different people that have been in the group. So at the end of the day, they're really big in Memphis. And then my buddy Singa, who lives in Memphis, he actually doing a great music career. He's done a lot of work. He's actually worked with them too. So it's kind of cool, just that little small history. Like I said,
Yeah.
it just that's how 3 6 to me. And then I listened to all their music growing up. So 3 6 has always been important to me, and I've always loved their music. And then it's just kind of cool how I've had buddies who've got to do some interaction and then just being around them. It's just cool. So better lovers,
I don't know that.
any given sin, damage.
I don't know because there's different things in music
Damage
that
looks
have damage and stuff in it. So I feel
Damage
like
looks weird though. It's spelled damn like the cuss word, but then age.
then I don't know that.
So that's where I feel like that's just something new or something different.
Yeah.
Citizen soldier,
No, I don't.
health, El Nino.
El Nino, I do know. Man, I think they were also another one from like the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack and stuff like that.
They got a really cool logo. The funeral portrait,
I don't know that one.
low spirit,
No.
hemorrhage.
No, I was about to say I do know, but I was thinking of the Fuel, the song.
Oh yeah,
That's what came to mind.
Because I'll be honest, that's what came to my mind. And then low lives, with
No,
that.
no, no.
So that would so those. you can tell when we're going down these days. The last few are usually somebody local or
Yeah.
new, but all these people are great. I mean, you make the lineup.
I want to see these local stuff. I really do.
So Sunday, we're gonna wrap it up. So we're gonna go over Sunday. I thank everybody for listening and downloading, and then we're gonna break it down. So Sunday, Corn. So everybody knows Corn. I mean, we don't even have to explain it. Corn's self-explanatory. Corn to this day has the coolest music video, in my opinion, when they had the four rappers replace the band and Twisted.
Yeah, yeah,
that is a fucking banger. So I also love the song. If you haven't heard it and you like rock rap collabs, go old school, go back to the early 2000s and check out Play Me. It is Korn featuring Nas, and it is awesome. Nas kills it, and literally Korn. It just the whole song is just it's intense. And I just like the mixture of it. Breaking Benjamin.
They're good. Their biggest one that people know, Diary of Jane.
Okay, yeah, I do know that one, but I've never really got into their music. I just always seen them around. They feel like they've been around forever.
They feels like they've been around for a while.
A lot of these bands feel like they've been around
high school for us.
Yeah, it's like these bands. I'm looking at them. It's like they all got like 20-year age limits. Gojira.
Gojira.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know the band.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're a French metal band. They're two brothers in the band. They are a lot of fun live. My best thing that I have to say about them is their guitarist, again, Sonic Temple, was too close to one of the pyrotechnics that went off. And instead of canceling the show or, was walking off stage or anything, he just went to someone and said, hey, water. And they threw water on him. So he'd play a song, go back over there, water. Go out, play a song. And this man was just set on fire. And he's like, I'm going to keep playing.
Okay. Well, here's the deal. That's respect. I don't even know that thing, and I apologize for pronouncing your band wrong. I mean, it looked kind of. I said Gojira because it looked almost the logo looks like Asian. It's like very volcanic, like Spirit Box.
Spirit Box,
cool logo.
I do know them. Can't think of the song, but I know them. And once I think of that song, I'll be like, damn it.
Eagles of Death Metal.
I do know them, and I have nothing against them. They're not for me. They're going to be the same kind of sound as kind of like an Aerosmith kind of vibe to their sound and everything. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're good. I've actually met the drummer, the former bassist. I think he's out now, and had a kind of face to face, hey, what's up to the vocalist. And they seem like they're good dudes and everything. It's just their style isn't mine.
Yeah. Oxymorons. HEDP.
That one is it's either I think it's Head PE, but they kind of a new metal thing. They have actually just got done, I think they just recently did a tour with the Static X thing ever since Wayne died.
Wow. Yeah, because dude, that was sad. Rest in peace, Wayne. Judas Priest.
Judas Priest is going to be awesome.
Stain too, which right behind them. So that's crazy. Same day. That's wild.
Judas Priest, just to jump in on them real quick, they did something that no other metal band has done. They released albums 50 years apart. Their first one came out in 74. They just had another one come out. So it's the first time that's happened in metal music. And I'm just like, I'm really excited. I feel like they're going to do something unique to kind of celebrate that.
That's a big name. That's a big name for Sunday. I'm like just reflecting on that. Like, that's big. Yeah. And then like I said, Stain. Everybody knows that.
I do want to see them. I know that the one thing I hope for, like, please, I'm not trying to tear him down. Aaron, Lewis, I really hope that he's done what he needs to, because he did a solo show where he was just wasted, and he forgot the words to the song. And I don't want to see that.
I don't want to see that either. And the thing about him is, I'm not a big fan of him in general. He just always tries to just go too far. And it's just at the end of the day, just do the fucking music. That's what we're here for. And we're not here for talking. Like, that's the one thing. I hate when someone wants to get on their soapbox and talk. Like, we're here at a festival. We're not here to hear about you.
I think that's what leads to it, is the drinking too. It's like, when you're drinking, you're going to talk more. You're not. I don't know the words of the song anymore, guys.
I would, it's that's different. It's always different too to see him, because he almost did two different genres with that and country almost. And then you got Architects.
Another one, I know the name, I know a song, and as soon as I think of it, I'm gonna be like, damn it.
There's one band on here, I can't even pronounce their logo. It says Azate, below the Architects. What is that?
That's it looks like it's a poppy.
So there's some weird band below Architects on the poster, and to be honest with you, I think Nick's right. It does say might be Yoppy or Poppy.
Well, I'm saying if it is poppy, that's going to be interesting because she actually if it's who I'm talking about, that's who started off as doing a YouTube channel of a little blonde girl doing weird videos.
I wonder. Yeah, I don't know.
She started breaking into like heavy metal and doing that kind of stuff. If it's the same person, because I do know she started a metal band.
What a weird ass logo. Because I mean, you can't even read it.
Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be her. So she started off doing YouTube videos where she would just sit there in front of the camera, white background. Hi, I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy. I'm Poppy, and just do weird, unusual things like what is going on here, kind of stuff.
So it's her. Okay, so stay tuned for her. Now a band that Saliva. So they have been around forever. They are a big friends with 3 6 Mafia. So it's funny to me that 3 6 and them are not on the same day. If you want another great hip hop rock collab, look up 3 6 Mafia and Saliva and Little White. It is one of the most hardcore songs called Mosh Pit. And Saliva on the hook kills it. And so it's definitely a song, and it'll make you want to fuck somebody up. Drowning Pool.
I know them. I know you know them too. Why can't I think of that song right now?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Anyone who's listening is gonna be like, "This is it, you idiot." But no, sorry, guys.
No, it's been around. Yeah, they've been around for a while. Taproot.
Taproot, same thing. Actually, I think Taproot's the band I was thinking of earlier.
Ginger.
About a demon. Ginger, they're going to be fun. They are a Ukrainian band, female vocalist, and she also does the kind of deep kind of vocals, and so I really want to see her live, see if she can do live what I've heard.
That's cool. That's cool. Like, I mean, all these artists bring such a different effect too, which is cool. Okay, so Polaris.
Hmm?
Polaris.
It's either Polaris or Polaris, but either way, I don't know. What
I don't know. Drug Church. No. Wyona Fighter.
So I think I know. Like, it sounds like it's gonna be
Wyona Rider.
I feel like it.
Hardcore.
I don't know if it's gonna be hardcore. If it's gonna be like kind of a joke thing, like we're just up here to have fun, kind of stuff. I don't really know about that, but I saw that name and I was like, I feel like you'll be entertaining. You may not be good, but you still might be entertaining.
Yeah, that's a different one. Sloth Thrust. Oh gosh, and we've already talked about. We think they're off the lineup. Trapped.
Yeah. They've been dropped. There's two bands that have been dropped from Sunday. Trapped is one. I do not remember the other one.
Trapped is a very controversial band right now, and not a fan myself, but they're gone from the lineup.
One of the guys or one of the bands replacing them is like Unity TX, and I'm excited to see. Kind of give me like a Rage Against the Machine energy from their music, but their sound isn't going to be Rage Against the Machine style. But like their energy, like that video that I saw, that man's going hard, and I'm like, you're going to be fun.
So that's a good replacement for Trap for sure. Royale Lynn, Biohazard.
I feel like I would know them.
They got a weird logo.
Listen to, but
they got a real weird logo. New Year's Day.
I do know them.
Aren't they more like? What would you say, like punk rock or alternative rock? I don't know.
Something along those lines. Like, do you know AFI?
Yeah.
So I feel like they're along. Like, I think they're along the same lines as that.
You get the screams, but you also kind of get singing too. And
So I know I've heard a few things by them, but I do want to see them.
Military Gun.
Don't know.
Narrowhead.
Can't say I know.
Descartes at Camp.
What?
Like I said, we're getting back to the early stage on Sunday. Project Mistram. Sponge.
No.
Rid.
No.
Nerve. Black Mat. Self-Deception. No. And Gozu. So those are your lineups. So I want to let everybody know we have broken down all 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Nick has given me tons of great input on all the artists, the bands, the songs, the things to look forward to. He's clearly seen a lot of these acts. I got to share some stories, so it's been
I
fun.
like that 36 story.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah. So the thing with 3-6 is just it's wild. It's like the thing that's crazy is the dude from college literally. I just remember he started shooting videos with them in Jelly Roll and was doing all this stuff. And like he introduced us backstage. And then this Charlie P guy, I just remember me and John were like grinding. We're trying to get anybody to do music with us or songs or videos. And Charlie P introduced us to a bunch of other local rappers. And I literally had like a call with Young Buck and a couple of random things where I was just trying to set up something. And everything really came to light with it all. But then Jama comes up to Louisville. I remember when I was living in St. Matthews and shooting for 3-6 Mafia. And then my buddy that, like I said, I'm going blank on, great guy. He got me and Jama both just like connected where he was like, oh yeah, get your tickets to this, wherever. Well, then Jama ended up shooting. Jama shoot that. So this is back when Jama was trying to shoot and be there anywhere, and 3-6 gave a chance. And so what was cool was, like I said, 3-6 walks in right now, they're not gonna be like, hey, there's Eric Clark. But then at the end of the day, though, it's just cool that it had any of that interaction being around. And then also too, what's wild, it's like my buddy Singa, like again, shout out to him for being from Memphis. It's just crazy that he ended up doing so well in Memphis. Then I think he's had ties to all of them. So it's just small world, but I'm glad to see them torn again and being back part of it. But again, I like seeing all these lineups because, like I said, I've been such a rap fan my whole life, and I was so obsessed with hip hop that it comes down to it that um, deep down, it's like yeah, I wasn't super into rock besides some bands, but those rap rock collabs got me into rock. And then you start learning names, and then I'm like you start hearing a name, you start seeing a performance, you start diving in, and you start getting to all the ties and twists. So there's been a lot of fun ties with that. And then I think too, like when I worked for Leo and I was doing this work with Danny Wimmer, I really like what they're doing with these festivals. I really think they're trying to bring big acts. And like the girl I worked with, Lindsay at the time, the passion was incredible, and you can just tell that that production company they want to put it on. No matter what anybody says or does, it's like they want these acts hidden, and it seems like every time they're bringing A+ stuff, and everybody's having a good time. So I want to ask you real quick um, before we sign off, what would you say is the top three bands you're looking forward to most out of what everybody we just covered?
Slayer.
Well, yeah,
they're going to be number one.
I thought they were going to be there. I thought they were going to be there.
They're number one, no question. And then I'm going to add in, I do want to see Till Lindemann, and it's kind of a tie between Body Count and 3-6 Mafia because I've seen Body Count before, so I know I like it.
Yeah.
3-6 I've never seen, and I've never even been to any kind of rap, hip hop show or anything. So I'm like, I want to experience this.
Yeah. Oh, and do 3-6 is great just because they got so many classics and they got so many new, and then they got songs that just like are meant for the club, but then they also, like I said, have those songs that can bang with rock songs. So I'd say if I did get to go this year, if I do want to go, I just don't know if I am or not. Is Sum 41 would be number one for me, just because I mentioned them. This big on childhood, everything like that. Saliva would be number two. After I heard his collabs with like 3-6 and hearing him on tracks and just see, I even saw him in movies. I'm going blank with movies, and it might be he's in it's hard out here for Hustle and Flow. He's in Hustle and Flow. So Saliva, and then the third band that I would say out of that group, I think just because of what you said, and then also just ties to me seeing on TV, I think Anthrax would be cool. Just seeing them as a classic band. But overall, I could really go for a lot of them because I'm like you. I want the experience.
Yeah.
I want a good performance, and that's the main thing. So I'm hoping for everybody that goes, everybody has a great time, stay safe, have fun. The thing I want to say before we wrap up, I want to thank you again, Nick, for joining me. Thanks for doing 2 episodes. I also appreciate you breaking down all the bands and doing a Loud and Light preview. I thought that'd be great for the listeners that are getting to go. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, go buy it. There's tons of places to find out info, and you can look up the lineups online. Louder Than Life Festival, and my website is vibingwithsleazy.com. Vibing with Sleazy, the podcast, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out to Nick Beirne on Facebook and show him some love. And then at the end of the day, if you have any questions about the band, if you have any questions about Louder Than Life Festival in general, Nick's somebody great to hit up. And then also online, they got all the info, and it looks like there could be a few changes in the summer, but right now this looks like the set lineup. So I want to thank you all, and we are out. Peace.
Later.